Hi folks, Shane here with Shane's Premier League review show for match week 16, 17, 18, 19. I'm going to keep it quite short this week as there'll be too much to get crammed in, too much detail involved. So, and I don't think you'd be interested in listening to me for more than 10 minutes, so here we go. I'm going to break it down as best I possibly can for you. The last 2 weeks of action is as follows. Marko Arnautovic gave the Hammers a wonderful 1-0 victory against Chelsea to give David Moyes his first win in charge. Spurs managed to thump Stoke 5-1 at Wembley with Harry Kane scoring twice and Son Heung-min and Paul Ryan Shawcross scoring an own goal to get the scoring up and running that day. Swansea managed to pick up a much needed 3 points against West Bromwich Albion. Wilfred Bonny scoring the goal there. Huddersfield managed to beat Brighton by 2-0. Steve Mooney getting the 2 goals there. A 2-2 draw happened between Crystal Palace and Bournemouth. Christian Benteke managed to miss a crucial penalty towards the end of that game, which would have given Crystal Palace all 3 points. In between goals from James MacArthur and Defoe also scored twice for Bournemouth, and Jedinek also got a penalty. On to Burnley and Watford. Scott Harfield managed to keep their good run going against the Hornets with a 1-0 victory, and there was a real helter-skelter game later on that evening between Newcastle and Leicester. Newcastle managed to take the lead through Hostelou. They managed to fall behind then from goals from Riyad Mahrez and Demarai Gray before equalising once again through Dwight Gale, and then Rafa Benitez sent on Jose Perez to win the game, but it wasn't to be for them, as Jose Perez managed to unfortunately find his own net, and this gifted the Foxes all 3 points. On to the next day, which saw Southampton take on Arsenal. This game ended up 1-1. Charlie Austin managed to give Southampton an early lead, and Olivier Giroud managed to pop up with a crucial equaliser for the Gunners to earn a point. Then it was the Merseyside derby. Mohamed Salah managed to give Liverpool the lead, and Dejan Lovren conceded a controversial penalty which Wayne Rooney stuck away. Then it was onto the Manchester derby, which saw Manchester City come out on top with a good goal from David Silva, and Nicolas Otamendi managed to score the winner for the Blues in amongst a good goal from Marcus Rashford. Right, on to the midweek games of that week. Burnley managed to nick a 1-0 victory against Stoke. Ashley Barnes came off the bench to score the winner there. Chelsea took a 3-1 victory against Huddersfield with Bakayoko in amongst the scores there, and the most dramatic game which took place that day was Crystal Palace and Watford. Watford took the lead through Darren Yanrat, and Crystal Palace didn't manage a shot and target until the 89th minute. When Bakary Sakho got the equaliser, and then in the last minute of added time, James McArthur managed to pop up with a big winner for Crystal Palace. Manchester City also extended their good winning run of form that week with 2 goals from David Silva and Sergio Aguero getting in on the act to make Man City look world class, which they basically are these days, and Swansea look very, very ordinary, which they are. That sums that game up. On to Southampton and Leicester. This was a really, really poor performance from Southampton. Leicester sweep the floor. Shinji Okazaki really played really well in that game. And Andy King was also in amongst the scorers to give the Foxes a comfortable victory on the South Coast. Wayne Rooney kept up his wonderful goal scoring form, nicking a 1-0 victory for Everton up at St James's Park. The London derby between West Ham and Arsenal ended up scoreless. Chicharito, Javi Hernandez managed to come close to winning the game for West Ham, but it wasn't to be. Spurs managed to win comfortably against Brighton. Some young men and Sergio Aurier managed to score the goals there. Man United managed to nick a lucky win against Bournemouth. Lukaku scoring the winner there, but it was really hard earned because De Gea managed to pull off several good saves throughout the game. Liverpool were left frustrated against West Bromwich Albion. 0-0 draw. Dominic Solanke had a goal ruled out through his unfortunate handball, and Mohamed Salah also threatened for the Reds, but West Bromwich Albion defended resolutely, and therefore they earned a point at Anfield. So on to the next game week now. Leicester and Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace managed to come up with their first away win and their first away goal of the season. Christian Benteke and Bakary Sakho were in amongst the goal scorers in this game. Huddersfield managed to get a great away win against Watford, their second of the season. Aaron Moy was in amongst the goal scorers here, and both sides ended up with 10 men. Chelsea and Southampton. Marcus Alonso scored the winner from a free kick, with Charlie Austin coming close several times for the Saints, but it wasn't to be. Brighton and Burnley battled out a 0-0 draw. There wasn't much to write home about there. Arsenal managed to get a 1-0 victory against Newcastle. And Mesut Ozil scored a sumptuous goal, and Jose Perez could have nicked an equaliser for struggling Newcastle, but it wasn't to be. Later on that day, so Stoke take on West Ham. Marco Arnautovic returned to the Bet365, scoring twice, and Mark Noble scored a controversial penalty to give the Hammers a comfortable 3-goal victory. On to Manchester City and Spurs. Raheem Sterling ran riot here, and also Ilkay Gundogan nicked a goal in a 4-1 victory, which saw Christian Eriksen grab a consolation for Spurs. West Brom and Manchester United, Lukaku scored once again, and Jesse Lingard got a deflected goal for United. Gareth Barry grabbed a late goal for the Baggies to leave United sweating a bit, but it was a real comfortable game for them throughout, but they could have ended up drawing it. That's the way it goes, folks. As I've said many times before, the Premier League is a tough one if you don't if teams don't do their jobs. But United survived a late scare there. On to Bournemouth and Liverpool. This proved to be a comfortable win for Liverpool, 4-0. Mohamed Salah, Felipe Coutinho and Roberto Firmino were in amongst the goal scorers here. Defoe hit the post, but that was as close as Bournemouth came, really. A comfortable win for the Merseysiders. Now on to Everton and Swansea. This was a really comfortable win for Everton, despite Swansea taking the lead. Dominic Calvert-Lewin equalised before half time after Wayne Rooney missed a penalty. He was there to tap in the rebound, and then Gylfi Sigurðsson scored a worldly of a goal. And yeah, there's another penalty which Wayne Rooney this time converted to give the Toffees a 3-1 victory. And now on to the latest round of games, which started with a 3-3 draw at the Emirates. Liverpool had a 2-goal lead through Felipe Coutinho and Mohamed Salah. Unfortunately, they couldn't hold this lead for too long once they earned it. Mesut Ozil, Xhaka and Alexis Sanchez managed to get the Gunners into a 3-2 lead within less than a 5-minute spell. Liverpool were shell-shocked at this stage, but credit where credit is due. Roberto Firmino popped up with the equaliser to leave this game at 3-3. It was quite a stunning match. Well worth a watch if you haven't seen it already. And then on to yesterday's matches, 9 in all. Everton drew 0-0 with Chelsea, despite Chelsea doing all the attacking. Everton defended resolutely. Marcus Alonso coming close for the Blues along with Pedro. And Michael Keane had a late chance for Everton to despite them not having an effort on target. It was a point each for Everton and Chelsea. On to West Ham and Newcastle. West Ham managed to take the lead in this game through Marko Arnautovic, but Diame and co managed to stun the Hammers with the 3-2 victory. They played some wonderful football too at times, Newcastle, and well-deserved victory for them. Ayew missed a penalty in this game as well. Swansea and Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace took the lead in this match. through a penalty from Jelinek, and then Jordan Ayew, or one of the Ayews. They were both in action today. It's Jordan Ayew, I think. He managed to come up with a wonderful equaliser. He'd be the happier of the brothers in the Ayew household tonight. To give Leon Britton its first point as Swansea caretaker boss after Paul Clements' recent second. So Stoke managed to come up with a 3-1 victory to relieve some of the pressure on Mark Hughes. Joe Allen and Chipo Moting and Salomon Rondon were in amongst the goal scorers in this game. Southampton and Huddersfield. Charlie Austin gave the Saints the lead, and De Poitre managed to come up with a good equaliser for Huddersfield. And Charlie Austin was looking at to see red in this game after a clash with the Huddersfield goalkeeper. The FA might look into it. We'll see. Manchester City and Bournemouth. Sterling and Sergio Aguero and Danilo were the goal scorers here. A comfortable victory for runaway leaders, Manchester City. Pascal Gross managed to come up with the goal for a turn victory for Brighton against Watford. Harry Kane scored a hat-trick as Spurs ran out 3-0 victors at Turf Moor. Their first away win, I think, since September. So fair play to them there. Leicester took on Manchester United in the final match of the year, or final match of before Christmas. Sorry. It was a 2-2 draw. Leicester took the lead with a brilliant goal from Jamie Vardy. Juan Mata then came up with 2 goals, which looked to have earned the Red Devils a victory until last gasp equaliser from Harry Maguire for Leicester's 10 men to leave the Foxes having a happy Christmas, really, and Jose Mourinho feeling blue, which is no harm. Sorry to all Manchester United fans, but there you go. It's just an opinion. So that's it, folks. Until Boxing Day. I won't be back with the prediction show for the Boxing Day fixtures, as I'm busy for Christmas. But I will be back with the review show. You can bet on that. So now, happy Christmas. If you like the show, subscribe, like, comment, do what you like. All the best. Take care. Bye bye from Shane.